Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the Domino Theory program. We are going to interview a young lady who I met some time ago, and I have been promising her that we would interview her to find out a little bit more about her. A very attractive young lady, as you can see, sitting in front of me. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name's JenniferClip. I live here in San Francisco. I've been living in the city on and off since about 1999 or something like that.
And where are you from, Jennifer?
I was originally born in Ohio, but I've lived all over the United States.
And what do you think about San Francisco?
I've moved away from it 2 or 3 times, and I keep moving back. It's definitely where my heart is.
Oh, okay. I was just about to bring that up. You left your heart in San Francisco.
My heart stayed in San Francisco. I had to come back for it.
So now, what is it that you do, Jennifer?
I am what is called a brand ambassador. This means that when a company such as last week Kraft or any of the other big companies wants to get a product out or introduce a new product line, beverages, foods, trade shows, conventions, anything like that, they hire me and others like me to get their product out on the street and raise awareness towards whatever it is they're trying to sell. Kraft was here a few weeks ago doing the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl, in which they wanted to raise enough, not only awareness, but funds to get 20 million meals to hungry people across the United States. It was also in connection with Feeding America. So when they had the bowl game here, Kraft was here all week giving out I've never seen so much food in my life, just samples and samples and samples of all of their products to most of San Francisco. We were everywhere within the whole 49 square miles just distributing. Here's this, here's that, here's some crackers, here's some macaroni and cheese, here's some Kool-Aid, here's some Crystal Light. And it was probably the favorite promotion that I've ever done, because not only is it a household name such as Kraft, but it was going to the people who were hungry and to the people who needed it. And both the teams, Boston College and Nevada, took time out of their busy schedule and their preparation for the game and volunteered at 2 of our places here, Glide and St. Anthony's, to help serve meals so that they would know exactly who was going to benefit from all of their hard work and all of the people across America who were taking their time to donate.
So I understand that Kraft is donating food to Glide and those type of organizations?
They were what they were doing through Feeding America was generating enough funds to have 20 million meals delivered across the United States to places such as Glide and St. Anthony's. So yes, indirectly Kraft was doing that. They actually beat their goal this year and got 20.9 million. So there's an extra 900,000 people that are going to be able to eat thanks to these 2 programs.
How did you get involved in this?
I've been a brand ambassador for, the past year or so since I moved back to San Francisco, and most of the time it's like a Craigslist ad, such and such is hiring for promotion, and then you get in what they call them staffing agencies, modeling agencies, something like that. And whenever there's a job that's available, they send you saying an email or a phone call saying, hey, we have this great promo coming up. Are you available? Do you want to work? Etc. And we answer the email if we're available and work.
Now, I may have asked you this earlier, but I'm suffering from Alzheimer's slightly, but how long have you been doing this?
I came back to San Francisco and started it up again last year, and before I had moved away from San Francisco, I had done it for several years.
I understand. So have you done this in other cities besides San Francisco?
Yes, when I lived in Honolulu, I did some brand ambassador promotions out there, yes.
I see. So now you say this came off of Craigslist?
I'm not sure exactly how this particular job with Kraft happened, but some of the other jobs that I've done as far as conventions and such, most of them are available on Craigslist. Gigs and events, they'll say, hey, we need a brand ambassador to do this, we need somebody to do that, etc.
I understand. And who pays for this?
For me?
Yes.
Generally, the client will hire, such as whoever I'm working for, will contract with one of these agencies, and then the agency gets in touch with us and pays us.
I understand.
Very legitimate.
Now, since you have been doing this, how many people would you venture to say roughly that you've fed in San Francisco?
Oh my goodness. Well, I worked a convention this weekend, the NADA, National Automotive Dealers Association, and they had a bunch of leftover food and cookies and such. So we took 6,000 cookies to Glide last night, and about 20 or 30 pounds of candy, and just whatever. So, I mean, hundreds, if not thousands of people have definitely benefited from programs such as these.
Now, for people who are going to look at this and say this is a commercial for craft, how would you respond to that?
Well, it's not a commercial for Kraft in so much as I'm promoting just their product, but because they did team up with Feeding America, I think that they definitely deserve recognition for that. It was the only bowl game that did have a charity behind it, so I think they deserve special recognition for it. But it's not just Kraft that does this, and it's not just me who works this one event. Any of the events that happen in San Francisco, such as when the Winter Fancy Foods Show was here, connects up with a food bank and has food banks come pick up all the leftover food and deliver it to agencies across the Bay Area so that people can eat. And that's the most important message, is whatever that there is left over, whatever that is unused, it can get to the appropriate places to feed the people who need to be fed.
Do you have health issues with this distribution?
No, everything that is distributed is product that you would find on your grocery store. Nothing is expired, nothing is old, nothing has been tampered with. Everything is sealed as if you, the consumer, were going to go and buy it.
Well, that's certainly a relief, because I recently saw an article in a paper or on TV somewhere that outdated food was being sold at some of the largest supermarkets, but I'm glad to hear that you guys are...
I am concerned about that. I have actually gone to some supermarkets, and it's something that I do, is I do check the date. Some things do slip by. But yes, certainly agencies as large as Kraft and other things would absolutely not allow their product to be consumed if it was past date. Because, you know, we eat it too, you know. We'll be sitting there eating crackers and cheese too, and I'm certainly not going to give to someone else what I wouldn't eat myself.
And I'm sure they certainly appreciate that. So what are your plans for the future, Jennifer? Are you going to continue to do this, or?
Oh, absolutely. I've actually, I have several more conventions coming up in the next few months, days, whatever, where we'll be speaking with some of the convention staff and such, saying if you don't use these products, if you don't need these products, please give them to either myself or contact this agency. We will come, we will pick up all of your unused product, obviously not used product, but product that would either be left behind and thrown away, or product that they don't want to ship back and miss that expiration window.
So now how would the people get in touch with you to make this request?
Oh my. Well, anytime that you want to do anything like that, I would suggest definitely going through an organization such as Glide or St. Anthony's, or any of the smaller ones, Youth with a Mission, or even the Tenderloin Outpatient Clinic. They have people with the support and means to do that, such as a van pickup or anything like that. They also have what a lot of businesses like, which is the big tax write-off form. When you make a large donation such as that, your business can get the tax write-offs for major donations, which is something that I think is very, very important, because then not just one person smiling, but everyone is smiling. So I would recommend to looking these places up online and contacting them directly. That way you can ensure that whatever it is that you have to donate gets to the appropriate place. And it's always nice to bring it down yourself and visit, so that you can see all the smiles on the faces of the people who you do help.
I understand. Do you work in any capacity with the San Francisco Food Bank? That's a different entity?
Not at this time, but I do support them as far as if I have extra product and such to drop off. There are several food banks in the area that do come in on the larger shows. Me personally, myself, some of the little things that I take, it's such a small quantity that I can manage it myself, or a friend of mine can manage. But I know that the San Francisco Food Bank does have year-round promotions in which they do contact these larger organizations and larger events and have the food brought there.
I understand. Okay, now in this country, of course, we're facing inflation and what have you, and every time I go to the supermarket, I see these horrendous prices.
Me too.
And I understand that the price of sugar just went up and blah, 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 and blah, blah, this. People are really hurting these days, and we certainly appreciate the work that you're doing. If people want to volunteer at Glide, you suggest that they go down and do that? Who do they contact down there, or they just walk in the door and say, I want to help out?
Well, most of the time that you would probably need to contact someone in the business office. They do have their, and I usually have it memorized, but I can't right now. You just go online and contact their business office, and then through their touch-tone phone system, they'll be able to connect you either with the volunteer office, monetary donation, food donation, anything like that. It just look them up online, give them a call. Of course, if you have something small, I recommend, hey, you know, when you're at the grocery store and eggs at Safeway are on sale, buy 1 dozen, get 1 dozen free. Grab that extra dozen, bring it down, come introduce yourself.
That sounds
1
like
dozen
a wonderful
eggs,
idea.
make 6 breakfasts for people.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. I have worked at fast food places before, and I've noticed that after a certain time, those foods are just literally thrown away.
Yes.
And not given to people. And a lot of the people use, as I mentioned earlier, the health issue to not give those foods away.
Right.
But I think that what you guys are doing, as I said before, is great, and I hope that you will continue to keep up the work. Do you have any words of advice for the citizens of San Francisco in regards to feeding the hungry?
Don't think that what you do doesn't matter. Every little bit counts. Like I said, the best thing that I like to do is when I'm at a grocery store and I'm buying something and it's buy one, get one free. Okay, I'm not going to use the free one, so I just set it aside, especially if it's a non-perishable item, and then once a month I come down and drop things off. It didn't cost me anything. It's a couple of blocks walk exercise on a beautiful day like this. Drop it off, because in turn you'll help feed people, and people with full bellies in their stomachs are much, much happier people.
That's fantastic. Can we have your name once again?
My name's JenniferClip.
And Ms. Canale, we want to thank you very much for a wonderful interview. We hope to have you on again sometime.
I would love
I
to.
have one other question. I saw you at 16th and Mission when I initially met you.
Yes.
Who determines which corners you stand on and where you're going to go?
It all depends on what the client wants. If the client says, you know, we want to concentrate specifically on a certain demographic, then they will have the people who live in San Francisco research that out. Our target was all of San Francisco, especially the heavy commute areas, and especially the people who might need a little bit of an extra help. So we did target most of the major BART stations as well as heavy commuter lines in the mornings to get as much product into as many hands as possible. But
Very
we
good.
did man all of the heavy commute lines.
Okay, well, we thank you very much, Jennifer,
Thank you.
for coming for this interview.
Thank you.
This
It's
has
my
been a
pleasure.
rather short interview, but a very informative interview, to say the least. We'd like to thank Jennifer and her crew and all the people that do this wonderful work in San Francisco, because we have a lot of people that are in need.
Yes.
If you have any questions, you can contact the station and we'll put you in touch with Jennifer or some of the people that are doing the work with her. In departing, would you like to say Happy New Year's or anything else of that nature to the
I would
viewing
just say
audience?
to every single person, put a smile on your face, say good afternoon to someone, and make someone's day.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Jennifer.
Thank
You have a good day.
You too.